Hi guys. Today we're going to do a few missions with our friend Batzarro. We still have some time before our reset, so let's get to it. Also, it's been I haven't done any videos with a character mentored by the Joker yet, so this will be it. So you're going to be able to see some missions that we haven't shown yet, and also I'll take a bit of time to just essentially once you when you get started, you don't have access to all the gadgets that the acrobat usually has. Like at some point, the acrobat can glide and fly and use a grappling hook. You don't have those things early on in the game. So essentially, at first, you're pretty much stuck needing to glide. You have to hold the X button. But also, you have essentially to be able you have essentially to jump from building to building in order to move around, or you have to run in the street. But if you run in the street, as you can see, there's a lot of red dots in some places. So there are places in Gotham or even Metropolis where if you want to move from point A to point B, you have to go to the rooftop. And since you're not flying or gliding or anything like that yet, you have no choice, but you have to go from building to building. And also, if you want to go to the top of a building, you don't have your grappling hook yet. So you literally have to oh, you literally have to climb the building manually, which is I'm sad to say, which is something that at some point you do less and less because it's so much more convenient to just zip up the building. And I guess I jumped at the worst place possible. Oh well, it happens. There we go. I'm starting to. Essentially, I jumped into a hornet's nest without really meaning to, but it happens.
GCPD file car bomb Carmine. Freelance agent hired out to numerous overseas operations. Trained in
So I would say if you're playing an acrobat for the first time, early on, enjoy being able to climb the buildings and jump from buildings to buildings. It's not something sadly you're going to do much. Sure, you can still keep on doing it if you want to, but at some point you get caught up in the convenience of being able to use the grappling hook or being able to fly, technically fly with your character. So let's see what collection we got. Obviously, at this point, there was no way that we didn't have that we had that collection. So let's get rid of that little patrolman. And also, last time I didn't quite explain properly. Essentially, as I select powers, I'll probably try to take a bit more time to explain properly what the power does. So essentially, but also, I didn't really remember what that power I was actually doing until I started using it. So essentially, what it does is that it fires like a some sort of chain grenade that will tie up the target. So it will stun enemies, and also it's the power over time for the controller. So once we start playing as a controller, that's going to be our power over time. So essentially, as you will see, it fires some sort of chains that tie up your opponent, and at some point it will give us power. It will be also our power over time. So at some point when we use it, it will give us the little lightning, the green lightning underneath our name, which will give us power. But right now, as you can see, it gives us the 35% extra damage. So it's nothing to sneeze at this point. So there's no reason, like essentially you start the fight with your grenade launcher, and then get your bonus, your extra damage, and then you're set to go. Of course, as the fight is going on, you recast it once in a while to first make sure that you keep that 35% through the whole fight. But also the power itself does damage as well. So if you want to do more than just the damage with your weapon, well, there's nothing stopping you from casting the power. And I could not help but notice that the police officer was on fire. Oh yeah, it does. So you see the grenade. Not only does it tie them up, but it also sets them on fire, as you can see. Which is something I never noticed, even though I used. I'm pretty sure I used the power before. But in the heat of the battle and also using multiple powers, you're not always sure what does what, which is part of why I wanted to start a character fresh with the munition powers, so that I could actually properly learn what the power does. Even though I'm sure I could have managed. Worst comes to worst, essentially you develop certain ways to play. So no matter what controller I play, I can easily arrange it so that I'll put my power overtime in one place and my power dump in another place, and I'll put my debuffs. Essentially, I can pretty much have a similar loadout no matter what controller I play. Sure, there's going to be some distinctions, like the gadget power doesn't have a group shield. So, and where I usually put the group shield for my other controllers, for the gadget, I'll put something else. I'll put the probably usually I think I'll put the robot that does give some power. But this way, I can see exactly, okay, this is what because it's the only power I have right now. So I can really take the time to learn as I add one new power and one new power and one new power. You can learn gradually what each power does, as opposed to having to try and learn half a dozen or 2 dozen powers at the same time. And here we are, level 4. Well, we got a few. We didn't get any gear yet, but that's okay. I seem to hear something. Nah, I can't hear it. So as you see, like right now, usually I would just zip up the building because the evil police officer is trying to shoot me. But now I don't have that yet, so I have to manually climb the building, which is I have to admit I missed it. One of the first character I made was the Phantom, and I usually enjoyed just jumping from building to building. And also at the time, the acrobatic powers didn't quite work the way they do now, so it would take a while before you had all the grapplings and the skyrocketing and all that thing. So there's let's continue into the guts portion, I suppose. So let's see, we have a rocket that grants us rocket jump, rocket retreat. We have a pump action shotgun, and we have a chain gun. So as you can see, technically, like when you're a controller, this rocket stuns and knock down your enemies. It could be useful. This blasts a cone of pellets at your enemies, and burning enemies take additional damage. That could be fun. So essentially, when I cast my chain grenade launcher, once they catch on fire, if I shoot them with the shotgun, it'll make more damage to them. Same thing here. And this one, the good thing is that the next power in the chain is going to be my debuff that will reduce enemy defenses, which I'll probably take at some point. And the last one is the shrapnel grenade launcher, which seems to be just a DPS power. So, but of course, I'm going for DPS. I'm going to want to take a Killer Instinct. It grants Eye of the Tiger, which increase Eye of the Tiger, and also I think there's something about. I think this is what starts the refresh. Yeah, like if you have Eye of the Tiger, I think you it's sort of the advanced mechanic. So like this one restores power when you have the Eye of the Tiger. You're also so essentially the Eye of the Tiger seems to be the advanced mechanic. So I'm going to take the shotgun. Although that's what I would have taken anyway. So and anyway, I won't be able to take Eye of the Tiger right away. So I'll probably have to take a chain gun or rocket before I can even take the Killer Instinct. So let's go with the shotgun and let's try it out. That looks like a range attack to me. So let's put it in the range loadout. Oops, wrong one. So essentially, as usual, I'll put my range attack on the triangle button just because. Essentially, if I'm already doing range attack, it's easier to switch to a range attack power. So let's try our shotgun. Not bad. I spammed a bit too much and I'm out of power. Oh, that's okay. So that should be the last battery I needed. So I'll be able to go continue my missions elsewhere. So let us see. So we have to go to the Burnley waterfront. Oh, an exhibit. Now let's do some building traveling. Why not? So what I would do at the time is that I would climb to one building and then I would jump to the next and I would try to climb to the highest building so that then I could glide as far as I wanted to. Which can be pretty far, but then I would probably use the next building to try to climb even higher so that so essentially the early levels just try and enjoy it even though you don't have your high speed movement mode. As you saw, I need to hold the button. As soon as I let it go, so here we have some cops to hassle. Yeah, I know it's the cops who are hassling. Just having a little fun.
GCPD file. Knuckles Farelli. One of the multiple counts of assault and battery.
So as you can see, depending on your mentor, you sure some missions will be similar. Like there are missions that we're going to do with our Joker mentor, the character, that will be the exact same mission as we did with Batman. But there are missions like this one, or you we never did before with any character so far. So playing multiple characters can allow you to have fun. To have fun playing certain missions that you didn't get the chance to play yet, or that you'll never get to play. it's one of the reasons why I like creating new characters because the sad thing is that at some point, and you're probably starting to notice that with the videos on the Wolverine, if you watch them, is that you at some point, the more you go into the game, and the more you pretty much repeat and repeat and repeat the same handful of missions over and over and over, just to try and improve your gear. So the early missions like this, it's pretty much the only time when you can. There's a lot of mission that the only time you're going to be able to play them is at this level. So the missions you're playing early on from level 1 to level 30, a lot of those are missions you'll never see again, and you'll never play again. So you may as well try and enjoy them while you can. So if you're playing your character at level I don't know, combat rating 100 or something, or 130, and if you're getting a bit tired of always repeating the same handful of missions to try to improve your combat rating, well, don't be afraid to roll out a new character and just play some of those fresh level 30 missions that you never played before. So here I have to question those rookies, and then you have to wait a bit and see. This one wants us to decided to say no. Essentially, we're trying to bribe them rookies, and if they say yes, it's fine. If they say no, then they will attack you. But you have to wait next to them. And he seems to say yes. And I am hearing something. I have no idea what it is. I'm sure I mentioned how I love going full auto. So we click on our friends and we wait for their answer. No, he decided not to say yes to your generous offer. Same thing here. So let's take this little investigation. So as usual, you have a handful of quests, of different quests in the same area. So you can do multiple quests and multiple objectives at the same time. So sadly, there's some rookie, I guess. We didn't make them an offer they couldn't refuse. Well, I guess he said yes. That was quick. So we earned a new level. Oh, so let's go somewhere quiet. I could have sworn there was a few more investigations here. Maybe I just missed them. So essentially, evading enemies at this stage is a bit trickier. As you saw, there was an enemy player nearby, so let's try not to attract him because at this stage we're pretty vulnerable. So essentially, we just unlocked this combo, which works great with essentially you start with this one, and then you come back, then you go roll back, and then you come back, and you don't have to roll back all every time, or you could roll back twice and then come back. So it's a pretty neat combo. We have an enemy nearby. Pretty sure we're no match for him. There's pretty much no one that's level 5 anymore in this game, in the PvP open world.
As long as you're on the job, there are
So
people all over the city who might reward you a little extra for a job well done. Let me show you one now. Take everything you can get, right?
oh, we didn't do okay. We still have a quest here. You can see those vans. We have to free some prisoners from it. Like so far, we couldn't really use the shotgun's power interaction because essentially, like those cops pretty much die pretty quickly with our grenade launcher. But that cop, he's a pretty tough one, so we can shoot him at least once or twice.
That's the last of the cops. Time for me to get lost.
So let's find another van. Well, let's get rid of those. And now let's look for our van. Oh, there it is.
Free as a bird. These cops are gonna pay for locking me up.
So as you see, there are cops that spawn because of the mission we're doing right now. And there's also those who just spawn because that's pretty much the area where they spawn. So doesn't really matter. Oh, I think I hear something. I'll get it after.
Time to scram.
I knew there was other investigations or briefing. Although it's a briefing, well, that's good enough.
Welcome to Big Belly Burger, Alexcor Company. Special today, the baby belly.
So let's try and find us another van.
Best milk. May I take your order?
Oh, there's one right there.
Guard the van. We can't let the prisoner escape.
And as you saw, as the grenade exploded, it did put all the characters that were in the area on fire. So it's not just the one target you're targeting. It's I guess anyone or any NPCs around it, any enemies around it.
Nice work. Cops will be here any
I know that the weapon combos, like this one, do a bit extra damage. Never really took the time to check how much extra damage we're talking about.
Jobs to take on the Gotham mob. Wanna bet Batman
So
took
we
care
got
of
a
you?
brand new belt, and now we got a new mission.
Now the real fun begins.
We got mail too, but
Police have
we'll get the
captured
mail
the building
later.
surrounded. Good thing all my explosives are still lying around. Get in there and get the party
And I have to
started.
admit, it's been can't recall what those explosives crates are. So let's get as high as we can and just glide towards the objectives. That seems to be here. Oh, I think it's going. Oh, no, there they are. Oh, we have to blow up the cars. So we have 5 cars like that to blow up. I think I hear something. Oh yeah, there it is. So ideally, if you stick to the edge of the map, you won't have as many cops to fight, as opposed as if you jump right in the middle of the hornet's nest, so to speak.
You think you can scare me into Falcone's pocket?
Hi there, just doing a few missions with our friend Batzarro.
Nice try. You think you can scare me? Forget it. I'll never. I got this one.
There's the little guy we're looking for. Oh, there's 2 of them. Even better.
I don't care what you do. I'm no dirty cop. Forget it.
So if you want to cross without fighting all those policemen, we have to climb the building. And since we don't have the grappling hook yet, we have to do it the old-fashioned way, the hard way, the best way. There's a few thingy here.
GCPD file, Elliot the Eel Spencer. Expert in hand-to-hand combat, trained overseas, and wanted for questioning in 3 homicides. Hey, you're okay. Thanks. I'll let the boss know you're on. Good to have some new muscle. Hey, you're okay. Hell you want. I'll let the boys know you're okay.
Oh, shut down in 30 minutes. I will be done long before that.
Let the boss know you're on our side. Hey, you're okay. Hell you want. I'll see you later.
I must admit, I'm more used to coming over here when there's a small army of Amazons all over the place. But it's nice to revisit it once in a while under other circumstances. It's a nice change of pace, which is probably why I enjoy making alternate characters so much. Essentially, it gives you a nice change of pace compared uh, to grinding when you're in the end game content. And again, not only going full auto, but going full auto and then firing all around you. That's so much fun. Of course, if there's a target that's beneath you or hidden, you won't hit them. But that's true of any weapon. Oh, Heinix a bit over there. I never tried to go into those. Just what I thought. So let's complete the mission. And we got some brand new pistols. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. To sort of quote our friend Randy Machoman Savage. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm doing a terrible impression. I guess I shouldn't do that. So let's get in here. And again, this is a mission I've done quite a lot, but well, not really the mission, but the I've been in this map quite a lot, but with the patrol catastrophe mission. Oh no, it's a trap! Where's General Akbar when you need him?
Gotham detectives. All bark, no bite.
So let's free our 3 little friends. Let's bring that little barrel over here. It will not do anything. Just a reflex. Usually, whenever I talk to an NPC and there's a barrel nearby, I break it so that at the very least, while the NPC is talking, I'm recharging my supercharge. But my supercharge is already full. And anyways, I don't have a supercharge power yet. Might be the next power I take. We'll see. And also in the open world, you want to take a supercharge as early as possible. Uh, very often when let's say a level, I don't know, 10 decides to jump you or more, they don't expect you to already have a supercharge, and often they don't have one yet. So your supercharge will give you a bit of an edge over at least some other players. So in the PvP open world, if you cross over like I did early enough, the supercharge will make quite a difference. Sometimes it'll make the difference between winning a fight or someone beating the crap out of you. There was still up there, I suppose. Or is he? I can see there's supposed to be a player or something here. I guess it's on the next floor, I suppose. There he is.
Thanks. Mr. Falcone will hear about the favor you did for me. Falcone always.
So it is strange to revisit this area, even though I've been here many times before. It's quite different, which I don't mind. I don't mind if they reuse locations. I can understand how it can help keep the cost down. But there has to be enough new material so that it's not only reused material, if it makes any sense. A game that went a little too far, or actually I should say way too far in the reuse department was Dragon Age 2. Holy crap, they reused they only had a handful of maps that they kept on reusing and reusing and reusing. It was crazy. So it's understandable that they're trying to keep the cost down and they're trying to save a bit of money, but there's a limit that you must not cross, and they more than crossed it with Dragon Age Origin, Dragon Age 2. But again, I understand. I mean, yeah, you have a certain budget, and sometimes you ask yourself, how can you do your production within the limit of your budget? And sometimes you have to make some drastic choices. It was sad to see that
So, the
it was
Falcone
sad to see that for
always
Dragon Age 2 because
no
it's
money.
not like Dragon Age Origin didn't make money. They crap. It's not like Dragon Age Origin didn't make money, so it was hard to understand that they would need to pinch pennies that much. They were doing a sequel to a really successful game that most likely made them a lot of money. So it's not like they had no money to invest in the game. It's just that they made the decision to do the game with as little budget as possible, and we saw the result. Like you can forgive a small game company of cutting corners if they don't have much budget because they're up and starting. But holy crap, when you have a game that brought in a lot of money thanks to being successful, it's kind of hard to justify investing as little as you can in the sequel.
GCPD file Viper Vinsanto. You are a
So,
high-level assassin for the Falcone mob.
holy
No
crap.
convictions, no arrests.
So let's see what we got. We got some nice gloves and some nice pants, and that's sweet. So I guess we can get out of here. Let's just check if there's not something we're missing. I suppose that's it. So let's go back. And we made a few feats. So if we're lucky, maybe we'll have a skill point. Oh yeah, a skill point and a power point. So let's see. What power do we take? So as I mentioned, essentially the next one I would like to take is Killer Instinct, or maybe one of the supercharges. But obviously that is not possible at this point. So we'll go with uh, the rocket, and then we would have the rocket launcher and the 50 caliber. That would be nice. Let's go with the chain gun. So let us see what the chain gun does. That's pretty sweet. Oh, and we still have some mobility while using it. That's nice. I guess I'll leave it. I'll leave it there. And for a skill point, what else can we take? Let's go with this one. So it seems essentially one tap, two hold. I'll do it again because you probably didn't see anything. Pretty sweet combo. So tap, hold, and hold. The second hold usually it blasts pretty much everything that's in front of him. And again, our journal is messed up, which happens fairly often, it seems. So let's go and let's go and collect this first. But anyways, I know we have to go back to the little Bohemia or the North Bohemia nightclub. So let's go back.
Have made gang violence in Gotham worse than ever, but reports indicate that Batman's ally, the Huntress, is meeting the mob head on. Gotham's hospitals are stocked with crime lords.
So let's go get our mail first, and then we'll complete our mission. No reason for that, just felt like doing that. Oh. So essentially now we should have access to the Legends PvP, because we have our new Harley Quinn Legends that we can use. And if you remember, we already have also the modern Batman. So right now we have Harley Quinn, we have modern Batman, and as we saw, Kilowog is the free legend this week, which is nice, I suppose. So we have our modern Batman, and there's, as you can see, there's a few other Batmen. Yes, this is probably my favorite. Now we can see the bombshells. I've seen a lot of players recreating this one, so I guess it's pretty popular. And this one, I suppose. So let's go talk to our friend. And hopefully it'll fix our journal as well.
Brainiac is throwing down on our city, and the cops are no help. This ain't just a recon mission.
run. You don't want to do time in Arkham. Trust me.
Teaming up with Catwoman against the Huntress. You like to live dangerously. Good. We'll hold you to that.
If it isn't my partner in crime. Speaking of, the Joker requested you join up with him in Cape Carmine. Up for more mayhem?
Well, well. That went as well as could be expected. Calculator tells me you picked up a stray. He's got something for you at the safe house.
I'm Booster Gold, and this is the Booster Gold Exploration Adventure Series. This adventure will take you to Gotham's notorious
And we got some more mail, so let's go and collect it.
areas of the city.
Oh, you got us some nice gloves. Not really good, but at least it's a style we don't have. And surprise, surprise, we have to talk to Catwoman twice.
Still in one piece and not behind bars? Don't anger the bat and you might stay that way.
We had to complete the mission. Okay. So we got a new chest piece, the XP booster bundle. I will wait until I'm level 10 because I will try to enjoy being not having the essentially the acrobatic rocket assisted glide, which essentially allows us to fly and also to fire a grappling line. Eons ago, the flying part and the grappling line were two separate things. I guess they figured it Acrobat wasn't powerful enough or something like that. They had to combine a few things into one single skill. So we're pretty much done for today, I guess. We'll go straight to Gotham. Oh no, we'll stay here. We'll have a little fun with our friends. And as you can see, there's literally no one else. But it's just before reset, so it's understandable. So let's go with our friend Catwoman, and I have no idea who this guy is. So that's it for now. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.